Hello, my wonderful aggressive learners. Welcome back to this episode of CSS, which is called Cascading Style Sheet. So, in this section, we shall be discussing what is CSS. Yes, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Very important note. CSS is not a programming language. Just like HTML, CSS is not a programming language. Remember, HTML is a markup language. CSS is not a markup language either. It is not a programming language. It is not a markup language. The question is what exactly it is. All right? What is it? It is what? It is a styling sheet. Can we explain further? Yes, we can. CSS is what you use to selectively style or to make HTML element that structure a web content look good. Right? That means if you have HTML content that you have used to structure a web page, you can actually style them and to make it look good. Let me give you a live example. Imagine a girl that has no makeup. This is HTML. Remember our last project in HTML where you did some projects and all that, right? Good. Now, what CSS does to it is to give it some structure, make it look good, make it look beautiful, add some shapes to make people appreciate it. All right, to make people appreciate it, give it some colors, give it some amazing structures, size, font size, and a whole lot of things. So CSS help to beautify what HTML. So CSS is used to style HTML. All right, let's take more example. All right, from our work. Consider one of the work we did. Remember, in our work we did two projects, right? Yes, we did two projects. We have the smoothie project. So let me use one of that. Okay, let me go ahead and use the smoothie project. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to turn on my server. All right, I want to turn on my server. Let me open HTML. Yeah, good. So okay, let me close this, close all this. All right, good, good, good. So let me go live. All right, good. Let me go live so that we see one of our last project. Remember, we did a project like this. All right. Let's apply a little bit of CSS to it. All right. And see what happens. Now, please just sit back and relax and see. I'm not interested in you learning anything here. I just want to give you a very powerful understanding of what CSS does to HTML. Remember, this is our HTML. There is no CSS anywhere. This is just HTML, pure HTML. So we're going to style this and we will style this picture and style this and style this second one, all right? And then we can forget about the rest just to help us understand what CSS is. Let me expand this so that we understand. You can see that the whole thing is on one side of the browser, on one side of the page. Nothing, not like it doesn't look a little bit beautiful. It's not even looking beautiful. So let's try and manage this content. Let's do something about this whole thing, right? So let me expand this and then let's quickly look at this. Remember, I told you that in HTML, we can put in some attributes. So there's an attribute called style attribute. So in this style attribute, I want to define text align and I want it to be center, right? So what this is the header. Don't forget this is the header. So let me put my windows side by side. Where's my this? Let me put this side by side. You can see what this did to this work automatically. Look at it. Look at what it did. Now, please permit me. I'm going to highlight this for the sake of our time. All right. Let me quickly remove them. Let me remove them. I would bring them back later. All right. So I'm going to do another. This is a style sheet. Now I'm going to style each one of these L1 tag. All right. So that I will obtain a straight line as if it's so I'm going to write style inside, style, display, give it inline, all right? So inline display. Don't worry about anything here. Just sit back, relax, and listen to me. All right. Now watch what will happen. I'm going to copy what I just did now and repeat it in other L1 tags. All right. Li tags. I'm going to repeat it in them all. Now watch what happens to them all. Are you seeing? So I'm going to paste. I'm going to save. Watch. You can see, right? Our page is gradually making sense. If you expand, you can see that it is that the entire header is at the center. You can go ahead to even give them background color. Sorry, please. You can go ahead to even do some magic to this header. You can say background 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 color. You can choose something that looks like let's say sky blue, right? You can see your page is gradually making sense. All right, good. Now, even this image, I can add some style to it. I can say style, border, border radius, border radius. I can say 50 pixels. Watch what is going to happen to the image. You can see, right? I can increase the size of the image with, I can say with 100 pixel. I can say height 100 pixel. You can see, right? Good. So of course we can align them, you can turn them to stay properly on different pages. But you can see how our page is already looking more beautiful and exciting and all that. Right? Good. So you can even go ahead and remember this is this, right? Good. You can go ahead and do I can do grid style in this nav bar. I'll choose a nav bar. I'll do display. I'll do grid, right? And then I'll do grid grid templates. Grid templates. I want to do repeat to one fraction, right? Good. Watch what happens to our page. You can see the way the whole thing just, you can see our header moved one side. You understand the page is gradually having sense. All right, now let's center this our image. Let's center it here so that the thing will look more beautiful. So let's do, where is the image? So let's assume that we are done with this. We've added some style to the header. There are beautiful things you can do on this. Or I just want to sit back and appreciate this, right? So I'm going to go to the section. I want to do style, right? And I want to say text align center, right? Good. I want to do text align center. Watch this. Our image is now at the center. It's making sense, right? I can even increase the size of the image. Remember, the width is 900. Remember, it is 900. Remember, remember. Good. So it's up to you. You can see how what CSS is already doing to this work. All right. So you can also minimize this whole thing. So we are done with hope. Let's just quickly add some small stuff. All right. Now, remember I introduced you to what we call div. So div is used to group other elements. All right. So let me quickly divide this thing into two. Right. Let me create two div here. Div. Look at what we want to do here. Look at what we want to do. Look at this thing. Is lying one side. We want to put this thing, want to divide this thing into two and put this CEO from here will remain here, and then this one will go on one side. That is what we want to do right now. Now take a look at this. So I'm going to paste what we have here, right? Here. I'm going to copy this paragraph tag and put it in the second div. All right, good. So now I'm going to come here and do style display grid. All right, so the grid, I want to do grid template columns. All right, I want it to be repeat 2 1 fr. Right, good. Sorry. You can see. You can see this, right? Good. You can see how it is gradually making sense. It is gradually making sense. You can see, right? We can even add more of this paragraph. Let's add more sentence to them. Lorem 100, so that it will make more meaning, right? Good. So you can see. Now watch this. I can even add more. Oh, so that is CSS for you. That is what CSS does for you. CSS help to style, and just like the way you're doing makeup, all right? Remember, like we said, it is not a markup language. It is not a markup language. Neither is it a programming language. It is just a cascading style sheet. It is used for styling. So see you in the next class, and thank you for listening.